Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm Mankirk, casting this game. This match, once again, Radiant versus the Dire. This one's sent in by user FakeRoshan from the Dota 2 Reddit. Thank you very much for sending this one in. Much appreciated. And on the Radiant team, we have a Kill Switch on the Faceless Void, Pianini on the Jakiro, a Toothless GG on the Drow Ranger, Bulletproof on the Disruptor, and Demon on the Bloodseeker. And versus them on the die, we have a Techies. So looking forward to some mind play from Baxo. Also got, currently sporting the a rare Tango skin, is the Monkey King, currently played by on you. Don't worry, I'm not going to say that one again. We have Kenzo coming up on the Storm Spirit, and Lucan on the Clinks, going into the safe lane. And combat starting pretty early. Techie's throwing his way over onto the opposite side of the Radiant and removing himself with a deny to stop the Drow and Jakiro getting that first blood as Monkey King Tango Leaf creeps around in the river.
Drives you to delirium.
Switching to a tree, they know exactly where he is, so they will dive on him up on top lane. Lucan making his way away from the Bowie rune to avoid that blood right, as Radiant managed to secure both runes on the river. Now in this top lane we shall have Clinks and Slardar contesting against the Disruptor and Bloodseeker. Down on the middle lane, Faceless Void will be sporting up against the Storm Spirit. An interesting combination there. And down on bottom lane, Techies being poked on again. Blastoff is back off cooldown. He can deny himself if he wishes, but it looks like this time he may just get away with his life. Just Toothless and Pianini lay on some early harass, though he'll clear that up with a salve.
Not this time.
And we'll be hoping to, with that long Techies range, be able to drop some harass on the Radiant side. Up on the top lane, the farming begins. The harass definitely in the Dire's favour, with between the Slardar Bash and the flaming searing arrows coming out from Lucan. But down on the bottom, down on the middle lane, Faceless Void taking some significant harass down from Kenzo. So far, the CS currently in Storm Spirit's favour only by 1 for the time being. Now, the big win factors of this game will definitely be coming out from that Faceless Void being able to land some effective chronospheres, and the Storm Spirit, especially with his potential for early lane ganks once he hits level 6. But on top lane already, Bloodseeker falling down to the Clinks, and Bloodright will not save him. Back to mid. Down the bottom lane, Jakiro trying to lay out some more harass against this Monkey King, currently keeping him out of the lane. Drow Ranger currently leading the CS down on this bottom lane. Mid tower, Faceless Void, despite keeping up with the levels and the CS so far, only just behind, is having to ferry himself out much more regen to be able to maintain this mid lane against the Storm Spirit, who will get the lash on, but a quick time walk will get him away safely. With the advantage of double ranged hero for the Radiant, it may give this Monkey King more trouble than he's normally used to. That attack range always being an absolute nightmare versus melee carries. Able to just swing and knock people and collect those Jingu stacks over the early point of the lane. But Bulletproof getting the bash on, in trouble, will fall to Lucan's searing arrows. Bloodright bringing the Clinks low, but he does turn and he does get some good, significant poke over onto Demon on the Bloodseeker. The lane looking a bit tense. Both heroes hanging very low. But until that level 6 is up on both heroes, it looks like there's not going to be that much more action. Down to the bottom lane, Techie's Mind's doing some damage on Toothless and driving her off. Will they be able to get this Monkey King? He is very low, but the Jingu Mastery will bring down Pianini instead. And the creeps laying a lot of pressure onto Toothless. But she will be protected by a quick pop of the magic stick. As Excalibur falls on the top lane, Demon and Bulletproof diving deep, dropping the Thunderstrike. Will manage to get themselves a kill in revenge against this dire top lane. Toothless in the jungle. Very low HP, looking for the TP. Can the Monkey King find it? He cannot. Would be a very damaging first kill against the Drow Ranger in the bottom lane. She often struggles in the early game to be able to impose herself onto her lane. So this Jakiro will have some work cut out for him to be able to maintain the equilibrium and keep the lane from being pressured too hard by this Techies and Monkey King. But he'll have to travel carefully with the Techies to oppose him. Bulletproof unable to save himself with a static shield. And Excalibur now getting out with the bashes. Can he get the last one? He cannot. Bloodseeker will scamper away with 280 health. As Lucan moves up, grabs himself the bounty runes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Storm
attack.
Spirit now with a full bottle ready and his boots. As Killswitch attempts to go for the Midas, a greedy build, and it's unclear if he's going to be able to avoid the Storm Spirit for long enough to be able to get that Midas online. To get the full efficiency out of that item, he's going to need a lot more farm than this. Lucan feeling the Thunderstrike, brings him down to just over half HP. On the bottom lane, Monkey King building up the stacks out of the large camp, suffering some HP damage. But Jakiro is making the pulls. Moving up, has the ward, going to contest this farm. Monkey King looking very low, is clipped by the dual breath as well. Will get away this time. Jakiro not able to accumulate the damage to bring down this Monkey King just yet. As Techies continues to accumulate mines in the jungle on the side. Now both heroes on middle lane, level 6. The Storm Spirit decides to dive beneath tower with the Disruptor here as well. Glimpses off cooldown, but can he get out? Kill switch, falling low. The face is full of chronosphere. Will he have enough damage on the Storm Spirit to bring him down? They will indeed. They will bring him down. Bulletproof getting the last hit on that one. As Techies on the bottom lane falls low. Monkey King also very low, popping the salve to protect himself. All heroes on this bottom lane currently looking a little worse for wear. Monkey King maybe still looking for a kill. Doesn't have his tree downs. So not able to traverse that wall of trees that is protecting the Radiant heroes. Up on top lane. Bash coming out on Demon. Static shield will hold the Slardar in place. But there will be nothing gained and nothing lost. Bloodseeker getting his recovery traded to him by the Disruptor. Hoping to maintain that top lane long enough to accumulate his farm. A very carry-heavy team coming out from the Radiant side versus the more conventional team coming out from the Dire. But Bloodseeker once again falling on that top lane. Now suffering 2 deaths without any kills to show for it. Only 1 assist. will continue to suffer. Faceless Void now breaking away with the carry as the Storm Spirit attempted to make rotations down onto the bottom lane. Has given up a small part of his farm. Faceless Void then moves to the jungle, 700 gold away from that hand of Midas. Driving that Monkey King away once more. Slardar coming in for the TP.
Radiant's
Everyone level 6
tower is
now.
under
Both
attack.
ultis are up. Corrosive Haze as well. With 3 salves in his pocket, hanging out on the side, goes in for the dive, got the pull as well. Can they bring him down? They can indeed. Storm Spirit redeeming his death from earlier in the game. Popping the haste rune. And like stealing candy from a baby. Three heroes going down bottom. Looking out for this Jakiro, who quickly retreats under tower. Dropping the ice path. Arrows coming out from the Drow. But Corrosive Haze on the Jakiro will make him retreat. But now, pressure coming out on this bottom lane. Disruptor coming in to try and alleviate some of that pressure. Storm Spirit with the double damage, going in on the Faceless Void. Can he bring him down? He can indeed, once again. Faceless Void will fall. Storm Spirit now starting to build himself a decent lead in this middle lane, giving him the opportunity to gain back some of this CS that he has missed out on in the early stages. Up on the top lane. No boots yet from the Bloodseeker. Instead, going first for his chainmail and blades towards these phase boots. Only level 7 though, so even pickings from this top lane. Clink's not yet capable of taking the advantage with this tanky Slardar. Not really giving him a lot of space to be able to accumulate his farm. Techie's throwing a blast off into the lane. Will silence Drow for a time, but won't get anything else out of it. Chronosphere is available. Up on the top lane, we have Rupture coming out from the Bloodseeker. May not be enough to follow him through. The Slardar laying on the damage, landing the stuns. The bash is coming out, and the Searing Arrows will bring down the Bloodseeker. Excalibur making plays on this map. Oh, as Drow Ranger will crumble in the bottom lane underneath the Macropyre and the Monkey King's Wukong's command. He's diving deep. Can he attempt to get himself out of this one? It may not be the case. As a poke comes in from Jakiro. The stun comes out. Oh, and the turnaround, and Monkey King will get himself another kill. Picking off these heroes on the bottom lane. Things looking sour for the Radiant in this early stage of the game. Missing the kinetic field from Disruptor. Did have the glimpse available. Unable to use it in that moment. Might be costly. A Storm Spirit leaping into the center line, looking for the Disruptor. Is ruptured and glimpsed away. As Chronosphere comes down, coming down on the Clinks. Can they bring the Clinks down before he's able to escape? He does stealth up, but the sentry is there. It's ready, and down goes the Clinks. The last The last hit coming in from the Jakiro. Storm Spirit drops to the middle. Bloodseeker out of position. Can they pick him off? Just with the last hit, using up near all of his mana. Storm Spirit does bring him down. Nice little pocket of gold for him, as he is building towards his Orchid Malevolence and is not far away at all. Currently able to purchase the full item. Down on bottom, Monkey King dancing in the trees, looking for an opportunity to go down on this. To go down and slow and stun, do some damage to this Drow Ranger. Sounded a little weirder than I intended, but definitely looking out for these kills. Faceless Void now with Midas completed. Got his boots of speed and going straight into a Mask of Madness. Good Malevolence. Completed and put together on the Storm Spirit. Not much mana to show. On top lane, Bloodseeker moving around. Currently Corrosive Haze can be spotted out, but both heroes on the dire side. Worse for wear is down on bottom. Monkey King going in on the Drow Ranger. Macropire will come out. One more hit on the Drow and she will fall. Avoids the ice path. Making his way down, looking for that pickoff on this Jakiro, but can't spot him yet. And the Jakiro will escape onto the high ground. Monkey King bouncing away into the trees. Top. Thinks some Bloodseeker going mano a mano. Clinks now has also with an Orchid Malevolence, able to chase off the Bloodseeker with the help of the Corrosive Haze coming out from the Slardar.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Has
attack.
gone double bracer. Is making his way towards an Echo Saber. Down on bottom, Techies looking dangerous. Oh, the mine coming out from the Techies as he makes his escape. Will get picked off. Disruptor coming down as well. The Storm Spirit's here, Monkey King's here. Time is running out for this Disruptor. Drops his kinetic shield to attempt to protect himself, but will not have enough as Monkey King lays down the Wukong's command. Will give his life for it, however, and loses killing streak. Faceless Void. His way down, collecting up this farm. Has the chronosphere available. If anyone does try to go on him, he will be able to retaliate.
Tower has fallen.
Top pressure being made against this offlane tower.
Is under attack. Radiant
On the middle lane,
structures are
Bloodseeker out of position. Gets the vortex off. Slides his way in. Silences everyone with the Blood Riot and not able to complete the gank. But it looks like they will be making
Radiant's
pressure
top
upon this
tower
middle
is under
tower.
attack.
Very important objective for the Die to take at this point of the game. Closes off all of this space around here to the Radiant side and makes life a lot more dangerous for their farming heroes and their carry heavy lineup.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Drow right underneath the monkey's tree. Ice Path will attempt to pick him out. Not able to do it yet. They know he's up here though. If Faceless Void with the Quelling Blade can find the right tree that he's on, this could be a kill. But the Monkey King will escape.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Techies laying his traps. Coming onto the Radiant side of the map now. Could make things a lot more dangerous should a fight be taking place around this tier 1 tower. Moving into that jungle down there with the Techies in tow. He will blast off and make the miss. But he does have the mine available. Drops it, takes down the Disruptor with a sly one. Slardar is hanging around. He's looking for this pickoff on this Faceless Void. He does have Chronosphere available. He does pop it. Storm Spirit coming in is caught by the Chronosphere.
Radiant's top tower.
Macropire comes out. Wukong's command also dropping. Jakiro in the spot of bother. Can he protect himself? one more kill, the Storm Spirit will come in and claim that one. Lions stopping the Bloodseeker in his tracks, taking a big amount of health off. Blast off will miss. Dire not yet content to leave this tier 1 tower alone. Corrosive Haze going down and using the mines to clear out the creep wave. They want this space made. Because they know giving the space to this Radiant side with 3 heavy carrying heroes on their team is only going to make life more difficult going forward. Excalibur moving in on Demon. Doesn't have the bashes available. Doesn't have the... doesn't have his Blink Dagger yet. Will be silenced by the Bloodright. Brought down low. Will fall. Wukong coming in. Doesn't have his ulti. Landing a stun down. Can he get the Jingu Mastery in time? He will not. A Bloodseeker and Jakiro together will bring him down as Dire attempt to make them pay for it by taking the tower, laying the damage out onto the Faceless Void. Only stands for a little bit longer, but Clinks is in the backline. Faceless Void will fall. And the Storm Spirit and Clinks will both pay for it, and this Radiant mid tower still stands. That is exactly the kind of fight that Radiant needed to be able to get themselves back into this early game and position themselves well for the mid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Slardar now with the Echo Saber complete starts to pursue his Blink Dagger. Middle engine.
Radiant's
Monkey
middle
King
tower
almost
has been
finished with the
denied.
Diffusal Blade. Another 100 gold and that'll be his. As Jakiro denies the middle tower.
I'll take that.
Invisibility.
On the bottom lane, Storm Spirit and Clink, the big damage dealers for the Radiant team, coming out to cause some issues. Having a hunt around, found the Bloodseeker. Techie's also here, drops the silence, drops the vortex. Bloodseeker will be dead in a hot minute. So up on the top lane, Slardar
Stupendous.
getting poked, getting slowed by the frost arrows, struck by the time lapse, by the time lock, pardon. As Dire now moving forward into the middle lane of Radiant, looking to force some pressure on this middle tower as
Radiant's
Techies
middle
prepares
tower
the
is
field.
under attack.
Monkey King will fall back. And without his support and pressure there, it looks like Dire are going to do the same and withdraw from the area. Leaving the mines behind. We're going to get those pickoffs on those supports like this Jakiro. Storm Spirit jumping forward, drops the Orchid on the Bloodseeker, but the Chronosphere coming out. Techie's blast off being stopped as well, brings down the Storm Spirit, silenced by the Static Storm. And Clinks will fall as well. 3 very valuable kills coming out for the Radiant side. Very crucial chronospheres like that that are going to be able to bring this fight back over towards
Dire's
Radiant.
middle tower is under attack.
They will push on towards the middle tower and they will get it.
Dire's middle tower
Fortifying at the
is
same
fortified.
time, stopping this Monkey King, split
Dire's
pushing on the bottom
structures
lane.
are fortified.
Defensive Fortify coming out from the Dire side as well to try and slow this
Dire's
push.
middle tower is under attack.
Techie's throwing his blast off in. Misses the gust. Dropping the bomb. Does take down the Bloodseeker in exchange for his life.
Dire's middle tower is under
You have to
attack.
earn it.
Storm Spirit dodges the ice path. Brings down the Jakiro. Can he bring down the Drow as well? It looks like he will, and she falls to the Orchid Malevolence. A strong retaliation coming out from this Dire side. They may have seen some misfortune on the middle lane, losing some heroes to that Chronosphere, but they are not done by a long shot. Radiant will need
Radiant's
to treat
top
them with
tower
more
is under
care
attack.
as the game now moves up to the 25-minute mark. Faceless Void TPing away, avoiding the clinks on the Slardar. Dire side able to find out the Bloodseeker. They do see the Radiant team coming in. Radiant now seeing the Dire also approaching. Static Storm goes down, attempts to find a fight. Dissuade them from engaging, but Dire will not be dissuaded. The kinetic field falls down. Macropire going down as well. Laying down some damage, but Monkey King retreating from the area immediately. Loses the ultimate. Techies also will fall, popping down a static mine. That will keep Drought in place, give an opportunity for the remaining 3 heroes of the Dire side to pull back. That fight did not go in their favour. Up on the top lane, Clinks got his eye on this Storm, on this Faceless Void. Has the Orchid Malevolence available? Will he be able to bring him down? Storm Spirit also coming in. And they have the damage, they have the lockdown and the silence to be able to call down this Faceless Void.
The moon drives you to delirium.
Slardar electing to pick up Blade Mail. Still has the Blink Dagger lined up. There's Drow completing her Hurricane Pike. Just getting the last piece now. Monkey King with Diffusal Blade completed is electing to go for an ultimate orb, especially against the heroes of their team. The silence from the Drow and the Disruptor and Jakiro damage that brought him down in that last fight. Black King Bar may be on the cards for this Monkey King to be able to have him survive these fights and sit and sustain his ultimate long enough for it to deal out damage just to make it worthwhile. Very difficult time in this early game. Might get more difficult for now. The Monkey King is leaping through the trees, looking for a good spot. Is stopped by the mines, dealt some damage. Is the Monkey King going to make his move? But the Bloodseeker is just a little bit faster. He will not go for it. It's up on the top lane. Once again, Clinks and Storm Spirit spy the Faceless Void, but he will back out before they can connect their gank. Down on bottom lane, however. 3 heroes of Dire pushing their way up. I thought I saw a Radiant hero sat in the middle of those 3 then. I thought it was a lot uglier than it actually was. Just some run-of-the-mill farming, clearing out some jungle camps, clearing out some waves, pushing in towards that Tipsy Tower on the bottom lane. Storm Spirit now with KA completed. Packing the Keen Optic.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here I am.
Dire side eager to put together a good push on this bottom tower. Radiant scaling up all, moving through the top side of the map, picking up neutral items left and right.
Attack.
Enchanted Quiver and Craggy Coat coming out for them.
Structures are fortified.
The Bloodseeker taking himself an Enchanted Quiver. That extra 300
Radiant's
300
bottom tower
magical
has
damage
fallen.
and True Strike will give him a good amount of damage that he's been lacking so far in this game. Mines clearing the creeps, dissuading the Bloodseeker from pursuing any further. As down on the bottom lane, Bulletproof will be picked off Static Mine, keeping the Bloodseeker and the Jakiro in place. As Decky's coming forward to try and get some try and get his static out. Will line up just in time for the Faceless Void with the Chronosphere. Macafire underneath. We'll bring down the Faceless Void. We'll bring down the Monkey King, pardon, and the Clinks. A Storm Spirit rooted up in the Yule Scepter will get caught by the Ice Path. Faceless Void still laying on a lot of damage on this enemy team, but Storm Spirit dodging away. Rupture coming out on the Slardar. Will it be enough to bring him down? Storm Spirit's silence will come down. That's a 5-man wipe on the Dire side coming out from Radiant. Fantastic Chronosphere catching out the Monkey King before he's able to pop any of his abilities. Excellent showing, and now the lead dropping to 3k gold for the side of the Dire. Not the fight that they wanted to take at this point. And now Faceless Void overtaking the Storm Spirit in the net worth. Although the rest of his team, including the Drow, who will be important in these fights, still lagging behind. This might be the window that they need. Losing the Faceless Void was unfortunate, but the Drow Ranger was able to capitalize on his damage output and his lockdown to bring down the heroes of Dire.
Dire's bottom tower is
Drow
under
Ranger,
attack.
that is now a completed Yasha.
Radiant's
possibly going for
middle
Manta
tower
style.
is under attack.
Faceless Void, now equipped with a Manta style, is looking for the MKB. Wanting that additional damage, packing the Imp Claw as well, the extra critical strike, helping him a lot, but he's going to switch it out. He's going to get himself a Mindbreaker instead. The silence will be devastating if he can get the lockdown and the proc chances of his time lock onto this Storm Spirit in any given moment.
I'll take
Down
that.
on the bottom lane, Bulletproof, trying to stop the gank upon him with his kinetic field. Bloodright will miss as well, and the Slardar will get away. Now has his Blink Dagger, working his way towards a Silver Edge, possibly to negate the time lock of this Faceless Void, or possibly even the Marksmanship ultimate coming out from Drow Ranger. A lot of damage from both of these heroes as of the moment. Dire side,
Radiant's
hanging
middle
out
tower
just
is
on the
under
Radiant
attack.
side of the river. Looking for an opportunity to push in and apply pressure to this middle tower. Which will take a little bit of flak. Down to 70%, down to 80% of its health. The Radiant team trying to clear out the wards away from this road pit. They need a big advantage going into this next fight. They do have all their ultimates up, but so do the Dire, aside from remote mines. Well, remote mines from the techies on a very short cooldown of 8 seconds. Not really of much concern. But Slardar up on top lane, going up against the Bloodseeker, and the Jakiro will fall under the magical damage and the enchanted quiver coming out from this Bloodseeker. Radiant rotating up into the Dire's top jungle, laying heavy pressure down. Trying to bring it down, but the Chronosphere coming out. He does find the Clinks. Will he be able to bring him down before he disappears? Not quite. Storm Spirit almost caught out in the static storm, but the kinetic field is just too slow to pin him down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Faceless Void.
Radiant
Now with
structures
Chronosphere lost,
are fortified.
return to the Radiant base.
Dire's
Monkey
top
King
tower
split, pushing
is
down
under
on the bottom
attack.
lane, laying a little bit of damage down onto this tier 3 tower on the bottom side of Radiant. Jakiro pursuing the techies. They do have the glimpse. They can lock him down. They will bring him down. Will Disruptor pay for it with his life? You will. They do have the Yule Scepter coming out onto the Storm Spirit. He is stands for a time, but the mines are here, doing some damage. The Storm Spirit will fall, though. Big loss there. Oh, but on the middle lane, Demon falling foul. of a stack of remote mines from the techies. Baxo, despite not having a lot of net worth, really accumulating a lot of assists, currently leading alongside the Bloodseeker in this game. His mines just doing the chip damage and just enough that this Faceless Void and Drow are able to capitalize on the pathing mistakes coming out from
Dire's bottom tower is
Dire
under
side.
attack.
Slardar going on the Drow Ranger, has the Corrosive Haze, has the damage. Can Clinks follow it up? She does go high ground. The Yule Scepter coming out from the Jakiro will
Dire's
protect
middle
his
tower
carry.
is under attack.
Slardar pathing down, moving down the river with his Guardian Sprint, looking for another kill. Won't find it. Instead electing to push in this bottom lane. It's techies. Very deep. The Radiant side. Placing mines behind the Disruptor. They know he's here. They have spotted him out. Seeker pings in the Ice Path and the damage going out. Macafire as well. They will lay on the damage. The mine is available. Will it take out? No, the kill switch will find it first. Drow falling foul of one of the mines that techies had laid down in the jungle, but she will be fine. Soul loss for Tech. No remote mine stacks up at the moment, so not much for him to do for the next 40 seconds whilst he's down. Storm Spirit now packing a Scythe of Ice. Definitely improving his lockdown ability. And should he find this Bloodseeker, Bloodseeker may well be dead. He does have the Blade Mail and he has the stats from the Sanjin Yasha. He's going to go for it, Storm. Pulling him in, has the stun, has the silence, Blade Mail coming out. Bloodseeker laying the damage onto him. And Clinks is also here, silenced again by the Clinks coming in. Static Storm coming to retaliate. Chronosphere coming out. Oh, the Storm Spirit will fall, and the Clinks as well. The two big hitters from the Dire team will collapse underneath the Chronosphere and the Faceless Void. Incredible damage now packing that Monkey King bar. And Slardar will retreat, and techies will abandon his mining exploits. Down the bottom lane, Monkey King popping his BK bar to get himself away from the Jakiro. That was a 10-second duration. Not the sort of one you want to be popping when you're solo against a position 4. Position 5, in this case, Pianini. At the moment, currently sitting higher level than the Clinks and the Monkey King. The table's starting to turn, at least in XP gain, against this Dire side, who in the early stages of the game were looking so strong. Faceless Void now up to nearly 300 last hits. Accumulating more and more farm, and it is definitely beginning to show in these fights. Slardar going in with the Silver Edge, but will be spotted out by the Sentry Ward and will retreat before he's able to be caught. King building his way to an Abyssal Blade as the Clinks going for a BKB. Techies with a Vanguard that he has had for a while. It's an interesting choice. To give him more survivability certainly is an important thing, but on a hero like his, if he's in a position where a Vanguard is required anyway, he's in the wrong place. Slardar moving in under Silver Edge into the Radiant jungle. Looking out for this Bloodseeker. Quite an easy target, but Faceless Void is in the back line. Blade Mail coming out. Blastoff will be missed. 28 seconds still on this Chronosphere, and they will not find it. Faceless Void now getting pinned down. Dodges with the Manta style. Will time walk away from the damage, but Slardar, Blink Dagger available, also has the stun, but won't follow it up. Faceless Void will make his way out of there. He does not want to tangle with that, not with them around. But Drow Ranger on the middle lane will collapse underneath the Storm Spirit, who will fall in turn underneath the Static Storm and Macropire, pinning him in place. King now with the BKB, but the chronosphere. Oh, he missed it. He did not see him change tree. Slardar bringing the hammer down. We'll take him into the back line against the creeps and we'll make him fall. Jakiro fall into the Clinks' searing arrows as well. Not a good showing coming out from the Radiant side. It's Faceless Void. Level 3 Chronosphere now down for 130, giving the Dire the space they need to be able to re-establish their early lead. And we'll hug the Radiant safe lane. Calling to take the outpost. It is coming up to the 40-minute mark. To take this outpost now would give them that little bit of an edge that could be the difference in what is at the moment quite a tight game. Disruptor making his way to a Yule Scepter. And the Satanic on the Faceless Void. Definitely giving the damage you need. Techies is watching. You better keep an eye on these top mines. They do spot them out, but not a lot of damage being dealt to this Faceless Void. Does have
Dire's
a
top
hefty
tower is
amount
under attack.
of physical resistance. Oh, on the bottom lane. Demon will fall as Clinks and Monkey King catch him out. Having a tough game, but playing a sacrificial role at this stage. That off-lane Bloodseeker,
not quite tanky enough unless to be able to survive this onslaught.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Unless he's able to get his damage out against the hero with the and get his lifesteal kicking in. Does he have his lifesteal? Well, get the blood rage kicking in.
Stupendous.
So far, with 10 deaths, currently leading the field on time. Respawning in the fountain. Jakiro pushing out the bottom lane. Monkey King is looking out for a kill. But it's not clear if he'll find it at the moment. Techie's continuing his work. As up on the top lane. Slardar will fall low. Storm Spirit on the middle lane as well. It's looking a little bit low as well, but he's quite a ways back. Whereas down here on bottom, Blastoff will go in, silence both heroes. Yule Scepter will purge that from the Jakiro, but the Yorkin Malevolence is right behind him. Won't be able to survive that one. As the Basher coming out from the Monkey King will bring down Bulletproof as well. On Osas continues to get very crucial kills for his team, picking off 2 supports. Doesn't seem like a great deal, however, it's 2 heroes down. If the Dire want to try and pressure this high ground at the moment, despite the Radiant having 3 carries up, they are 2 supports down. Those abilities and that magic damage will be crucial in the coming fights.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire just working on getting the lanes pushed in. Possibly looking for... Oh! Storm Spirit falling under the chronosphere on the top lane. Missed that one down the back. I am missing all of the action down here as Demon will fall on the bottom lane as well. Pressuring his bottom tower as the Static Storm comes out, but it will not be enough. Techies now caught underneath the dual breath. Will fall. Monkey King also falling. Can Clinks lay out the damage? He's not going to try. He backs away. The Faceless Void Man is off the static trap. Difficult hero to lose, the Monkey King on the side of the Dire team. for a gank. Pick him off. Yule Scepter is there, able to purge away the Bloodthorn from this Clinks. Jakiro currently having all the items he needs to be able to survive a gank from either of these heroes at the moment. Storm Spirit may be able to pick him off, but Clinks not having the damage necessary and being unable to avoid the purges from the Yule Scepter. We'll have to find an easier target to pick off. Storm Spirit now level 25 has the auto remnants available to him. And with 3,700 gold in his pocket, he is going for a new item. It looks like it might be an Aghanim Scepter. Techie's mine set up around the outpost. Can he find the monk? Can he find the Monkey King? The Monkey King is on his team, so I doubt he will. But Techie's coming in here. They will be able to find the Faceless Void and do pick him off. Techie's getting 700 gold from that 5 kill streak. Radiant electing to move into the top lane, trying to push down this tower on this tier 2, which will be very important for them securing the top jungle and protecting themselves while they do a Rosh attempt. But Dire have other ideas. They're going up onto the high ground. They want this game ended. Radiant are not coming down. They will trade. Not worth it for the Radiant. They will lose their bottom racks. And it looks like the Dire may be biting off more than they can chew at this point of the game. We'll be looking to end the game completely and pushing straight onto tier 4s. Though I don't think that they will have the means to be able to maintain this attack. Rupture coming out onto the Techies, who will be the only casualty. Using a tier 2 tower. Oh, and the Monkey King is able to be pulled back.
Just as well.
He didn't manage to escape. And 2 will fall, but all the same, a set of racks being taken by the Dire in exchange for a tier 2 tower and 2 kills from the Radiant. That for me is still a gain by the Dire, as they managed to creep the smallest gold lead back in their favor. Drow Ranger deciding Roshan. Their hero's not up and available, but down in the middle lane, Bloodseeker will fall down to the combined might of Clinks and Storm Spirit. However, Bloodseeker played a very important role in this game, throwing his body on the line, knowing that he's already losing. He's already not the win condition for the enemy team, for his team. He knows that damage is coming out from Drow and Faceless Void, so he's happy to throw his life away to distract Dire from being able to interfere with Drow's Roshan take. And that will be a free Aegis. Disruptor picking up a Grove Bow, making his way towards the Aegis. Oh, and the mines will take out the Jakiro as he goes to take the outpost. But the Faceless Void just managing to avoid the damage. Will the Slardar be able to find him? They do have the sentry up, so he does see him underneath the Silver Edge. Radiant will back away from this bottom jungle. Dire looking to once again make a push up into the enemy base, I feel. At least establishing their presence in this bottom jungle and taking the farm away from the Radiant side. close down as much space as possible. As the game nears the 50th minute, Rupture will come out on Bloodseeker, silence from the techies, but Bloodseeker doesn't care about that, only caring about his right-click damage. Monkey King thinks about going for the Wukong's command, but doesn't. Slardar moving in, has the bashes, has the BKB, is able to stun. Clinks laying in the damage. Faceless Void is here as well. The Chronosphere is down at the moment. He does not have it available. Did use it to bring down the Storm Spirit right before this fight. The Monkey King had a bit of a strange moment there. I don't know whether that was a graphical bug or he was stunned in midair. I think it might have been something to do with the time lock as he came out of the tree, but it stopped his stun and was able to allow Drow to peel out the damage before Monkey King could get his right clicks and his Wukong and his Jingu Mastery out against them. However, the dire lanes are far pushed in. This time, the Radiant will not be able to get anything, but the Drow fall into Techie's minds, pops the Aegis. And despite losing 3 heroes, Dire keep themselves clinging to a net worth lead in this game. Drow now packing the Daedalus. Very frightening woman to be sure. As Clinks with the DD, able to be spotted out by the sentry, but just able to escape with that extra movement speed and laughing in the face of the Radiant. If he'd been clipped by that gust, that man would have been dead. But Radiant, eager to push themselves up. Wukong's command is going to come out. Monkey King only able to defend his tower. BKB will fall on him. The Rupture comes out against the Slardar, able to find the Drow Ranger. Jakiro trying to cast the spells, able to catch the Slardar with the back end of his Ice Path. But Monkey King looking for more. Disruptor's out of position. Disruptor's caught. Disruptor's down. Down on the bottom lane, Jakiro trying to make the great escape. Doesn't have any of his items off cooldown. He will fall to this. He is silenced and he is dead. And that is 3 fallen for the side of Radiant. Only Bloodseeker pushing out this bottom lane once more. And the Faceless Void now with Chronosphere almost off cooldown. And with the Aghanim Scepter just around the corner for this Faceless Void. Dire moving quickly, establishing pressure up in the Radiant spot, in the Radiant's middle jungle. Will clear away the creeps and prepare for the next push. They want to go high ground. They want more taken away from the Radiant side.
Under attack.
Faceless Void now with Chronosphere up and ready to go. Will come in. They missed the Chrono. They missed the Valor's Strike. They missed the Vortex. This Faceless Void does get caught out by the Scythe. Will he be able to escape this? Does drop 4-man Chrono. Bloodseeker getting used up. Clinks walking into the Chronosphere. Will they be able to bring down the Storm Spirit? They will not. Time Walk, keeping him alive for now. The Faceless Void, can he stay up for any longer? No, he will fall as well. Wukong's command will force the Bloodseeker away. As the Faceless Void buys back now with no Chronosphere. 130 seconds that Radiant are going to have to hold this base if they want to keep in this game. Faceless Void. Flexing out on the techies. He has to be careful. He has bought back. If he goes down again, then that is a full 2 minutes without their Void, without their Chronosphere, without the damage output of this carry that I don't think Radiant will be able to afford. Techies blasting off. Getting lured out by the illusion from the Faceless Void, who is now making a move upon him. Clinks is there, invisible, so he best be careful. Laying out the damage, the Lincoln Sphere protecting him. And the Drow Ranger able to pick off the techies. Clinks able to stealth himself away. They do not have the vision available to find him underneath his ghost walk. Underneath his skeleton walk. Ghosts and skeletons.
Radiant's top tower is
I think
under
Dota has a
attack.
big issue with ghosts and skeletons.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A certain hero comes to mind. Faceless Void. He's spotted out by the monkey. He's spotted out by the Slardar. They do manage to break away with the time walk. They will drop away. Storm Spirit in the middle, being caught out, frozen down by the ice path and the static storm. He will fall. No items available to him with the Disruptor Aghanims now. Oh, not yet ready. He was muted for some reason.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Someone has an item that can mute, and I'm not sure which item it is. Oh, but the chronosphere coming out from the Faceless Void, able to lay the damage onto this Monkey King. A very cheeky pickoff, and pops his BKB at the last moment to try and save himself, but it's not magical damage, Monkey King. You are dead for a full 2 minutes, sir. Radiant. Tasting blood in the water. Hanging out the middle barracks on the Dire side are making their way back into this game. They have now, for the first time in the game, they have now overtaken the Dire's gold lead, sitting a comfortable 5,000 gold above. Not too much, but enough to show that the tide has turned.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
As now, the Drow Ranger online, but behind the Bloodseeker, who has managed to recover,
middle tower.
despite his 12 deaths, to bring himself up into the game and up into and higher into the net worth. As without the Monkey King, they are driving down the middle lane. They are ready to end this game. Storm Spirit with an act of desperation, throwing his remnants out there, doesn't have enough. He knows if he goes in, then he knows he's gonna fall underneath the silences coming out from the Radiant side. Slardar alone in the middle of the enemy team, will be caught in the Static Storm, but does bring down the Drow. Clinks managing to juke away from the Faceless Void. Will bring down the Jakiro. Storm Spirit though will get dropped. Dead for 2 minutes. Clinks and Slardar holding the base. Faceless Void bringing the Slardar down. Doesn't have the means to survive any further. Techies dropping his mines and silencing the Faceless Void again. Clinks, can he lay the damage out? Oh, but will get time locked. Can they find another one? And they will, and that is a rampage for the Faceless Void, even without his chronosphere. Another 30 seconds until that is up. Monkey King alive in 5. Now it's do or die. Monkey King versus Faceless Void. Bloodseeker electing to push out the bottom lane. Faceless Void won't risk it. He will back away. Now with the Aghanim Scepter. Two alive on each side. 2 heroes on Radiant with buyback, and the gold lead leaping from 5,000 gold prior to that push
Radiant's
up to
top tower is
20,000,
under attack.
picking off all the major heroes of the Dire side. In fact, picking off every hero of the Dire side. It was only through the timely return of the Monkey King that they were able to hold this game at all. The Radiant exposed for Dire. But in the meantime, 1 tier 4 tower falling for the Radiant as well. Could provide an opportunity for Dire to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat if they are able. Now, Void moving into the pit, will remove the skeleton, knows he's been spotted, will back away. Try range. Faceless Void now moving into the pit together. Faceless Void knows something is up, knows someone is here. They will gust and find the Monkey King before he can drop his Wukon's command. The BKB comes down. Fortunately, not using the chronosphere on the illusion. Techies will blast up into the pit and immediately blink away, forcing it out. Storm Spirit, you coming in with the zip, laying the remnants down. Wukong's command about to drop. But the chronosphere is here on 4. Static Storm bringing down the Storm Spirit first, then they're going on to the Monkey King. Techies in the backline, falling to the Macropyre as the Klink's last man standing in this fight. Slardar coming in the backline, trying to bring down the Disruptor, but he's not going to manage to do any damage to the cause of Radiant's side as he is used up into the air, locked down with the Ice Path. Bloodseeker and Monkey and Faceless Void are going to lay in the damage, and that is going to be 3 down on the side of Dire. Monkey King buying back.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
Hovering around in the jungle near the roast pit, but I don't think he's going to be able to make any change to this. Tries to land the stun to steal the kill, but Radiant will get the cheese, they'll get the Aegis, and all Monkey King can do is retreat. That's a Radiant. 3 men down on Dire's side. Only Monkey King and Klink standing between them and the end of this game.
Dire are scanning.
Creeps already laying the damage out on the Radiant. Jakiro dropping his Liquid Fire as well. The Boundless Strike. Trying to hold back the line of crews, but Bloodseeker with his illusions. Faceless Void moving past. Macropyre straight across the Ancients to try and create some removal of space as the Blood Rite also stops them. And that is going to be game. The Radiant take this one. Excellent Chronospheres coming out in the last few fights from the Faceless Void. Carried this team. Gave the time for Drow to come in and give him the damage on the support with her damage on top of his to be able to take down this team of the Dire. And a performance very well deserved from the Disruptor. Bulletproof. Laying down excellent static storms across the map. And especially in the later stages of the game with the Aghanim Scepter. Controlling these fights, keeping the Storm pinned, unable to escape. Storm Spirit with the faux pas of his build, not going for a Black King bar at any stage of that game, despite the damage, magical and lockdown coming out from the Radiant side. Did not have the foresight to purchase himself a Black King bar that may very well have kept him up long enough to be able to support his Monkey King, able to support his Klinks, but to no avail. But thank you again very much to FakeRoshan of Reddit, of our Dota 2, for sending this in to me. Much appreciated. And really enjoying doing these casts. This one is number 2, so thank you very much, guys, and hope you enjoy. Goodbye for now.